Game on. Here we go. Back at it. Up in Bellingham for this Northwest tune-up shit. I didn't buy a ticket, but I'm just here for the vibes. I'm trying to hit these fucking jump lines up here. These bigger ones. And it's a lot better when someone can tow you in. So I figure there's going to be a bunch of people up here. Maybe more of a probability of me just like hanging around the jumps. I hit the dirt jumps up here, the Civic Center area next to the skate park. Those were sick. Those were pretty dope. Very steep, super poppy, very floaty. Loved it. It'll be interesting comparing those back to the ones in Portland. But stepping aside from that, that is, I would maybe I might talk about those. Trying to hit the blue steel ones because I hit them last, or I hit the first one last night. So the shark fins. Yeah, Trails Blue Steel. It's at Galbraith in Bellingham, Washington. I think everyone fucking knows that. There's trails here, but yeah, that's where it is. Um, and it was sick. It was very. I thought it was steeper than it was. I want to hit the another set of jumps. All right, fuck it. I'll just talk about it now. Um, Skip ahead to much later if you want to hear actually about what are we talking about today. Let's first. Here's what I'm gonna do. New thing I'm instituting now. I probably won't remember this next week. We're gonna go over. We're gonna set the menu. See what tasty morsels I have in my phone, in my notes app, that we can dissect and 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 take. All right, it's dead. I tried. I'm not good. I'm not good with the words. I'm more of a numbers guy. Um, Menu that we're gonna eat up, and I'm not gonna back off this. I'm gonna keep this. Here's the comedy, folks. You get to listen to a man eat or just run his head into a brick wall over and over and over again, hoping that something will be different. That's what this is. That's the bit. Okay, we're gonna set the menu that we can that we can eat up, that we can delect upon, delectable treats. Maybe that's where I was going, but it's gotten to a cliff. We're gonna have to jump off, folks. We're gonna have to jump off head first. You don't want to just break bones. You want to go head first, really do the job right. We got Blue Steel backyard battle with at Paul Coudere's house, just moving right along. World Champs, a way too early preview because we don't even know what the course is. And GoPro put out a video about Omri Piron. Oh, I didn't write this down, but we could talk about Omri Piron's last couple races because he is, dude, the kid is back. Yeah, we'll save Blue Steel and shit for later, talking about those trails. Um, let's get down to business. Jesus Christ. Um, GoPro's in their element. The thing is called in their element. with Amory Piron. It's like maybe 30, 40. It's like 36 minutes, 30, 40 minutes. It's so fucking good. Omri's a fun fucking character. Loic's pretty fun too. Honestly, the fucking Frenchmen are the fun characters. Fuck that. I'm changing my whole stance. Hang on. I gotta rework this in my brain so I can be right. No, Omri is good to is fun to watch. He's I don't know if you like I feel like I don't really you don't see as much Ronan Dunn. Ronan Dunn has a lot of animation. You can hear him talking to himself. He's very outwardly like animated. So you're included on that ride. Like you can see, hear things that he's saying. Omri, Loic too, Loris especially. These fucking Frenchies, they don't in the racing scene because maybe not so much in the slope style. Well, kind of. Thomas Janot is pretty fucking. He just has RBF all the time. Paul Couder kind of has RBF. Yeah, okay, so it's a French thing. um, So yeah, you don't get to see as much emotion from Omri until he comes across the finish line. That's where all the entire thing breaks down because everyone's animated when they get across that finish line. The emotions just come out. Guess what? People are all the same. Deep down, we're all the fucking same. Um, so it's really fucking great. Like Loic comes across and he just kind of expects to win, you know? Like he's when he'll celebrate for sure, but Omri, there's so much and I know that it's like these two specifically are very special to him and we'll get into that in a sec. But even on other ones, like his big like I feel like he hasn't been on top for long enough for him to be like Loic's Jesus Christ, is Loic a four-time world champ? I think he might be. It's like three or four. I think it was three, and he won his fourth. I don't even know how long ago. I could do some research, but it's tough for me to talk and do research at the same time. Oh, let me pause this. Jesus Christ. Loic Bruni is a five-time world champion, not including his junior downhill championship, world championship in 2012. He won when he was a junior, he won 2012 Leogang. In 2015, he won Val Nord. 2017, Cairns. 2018, he won 3 fucking years in a row. Oh my god, guys, I've been out of this fucking sport. That's insane, man. Some of these runs that he's had. No wonder I was like, yeah, it just kind of feels like Loic wins world championships. If he fucking keeps up with his pace, he needs two more to reach the fucking Nico Vulez or whatever. Another fucking Frenchman. I think he has like seven, maybe nine. I don't know. I was way under three or four. More like fucking five or six, dog. That's crazy. Fuck. I don't think Omri has one yet. Yeah, he just like Loic. Yeah, Loic expects to win, but Omri. So it's really good to see. I think it's interesting to see that emotion. Whether it's good or bad is up for you to like up for discussion. But I think it's fun. I like seeing it. I like seeing the emotion from the riders because it just like yeah, just fucking animals doing animal things, just barreling down those that course. Like you have to have such precision and also be so strong, and he is so strong. Shout out Wemby. Um, you gotta be so strong like in every aspect of like your body like all body parts nothing can be inactive like grip shoulders like lats like pulling the bike up hamstrings quads toes like shoulders and toes fuck um so it's insane that Loic's won so much and it is amazing I really like to see the emotion that Omri gets when he wins. Now these two specifically, um, I think mean a lot to him based on the doc. Just because he was injured all of last year. The previous year, he was really fighting Loic for the overall, trying to take down. You want to be the champ, you got to beat the champ, and or the overall, you got to beat the overall. You get it. Loic was in and Omri were in the running for the overall last year, and I think Loic beat him out, or 2 years ago, and I think Loic beat him out. I don't know prior to that because I'm again just getting back into this shit. But so coming back this year and like his crash last year that or 2 years ago that kept him out. Oh shit, was that 3 years ago? Jesus Christ, I don't know shit. And I don't want to pause this again because it kind of like I already fucked myself up enough going on tangents like this. So pausing is even harder. Although maybe the last one wasn't too bad, but god damn it. Shit. Follow the thread. Find the thread. Find the thread. Um. Yeah. I don't know shit. He might have gotten hurt like a year and a half ago after his maybe breakout season or just like coming up in the really finding his flow 2 years before. I don't know. Or 3 years before because he was out basically I think all last year. I mean, based on this doc, I think he was saying he was out all last year because he fucked up his like back and shit, like crazy stuff, scary shit. So to to be able to come back and I think he got fifth in Scotland. I don't remember what they were saying in Poland, but I think he's been pretty decent. Like listening or no, maybe he wasn't that good in Scotland, but he got fifth maybe like at his next race or something because he was like I want to get like 15th, 10th, and then fifth, and then podium or 15th, 10th, and then podium, and hopefully be like back at the top soon. So at some point he was like, I think it was the second race, maybe it was Poland, where he got like back on the podium. Was like, oh shit, okay, and then Val di Sole just opened up a fucking can of whoop ass and flew through that course. That was a wild run. Kind of sucks for Dak. Dak is fucking killing it this year, and his shine is just getting fucking stolen by Omri. He's had winning runs by like a significant margin now. I think with Val di Sole and uh where the fuck were we just at? Leger. Haute Savoie. That's so fun. Fucking French accent. God damn it, it's so much fucking fun. So yeah, his back to sad news. Dak's shine is getting fucking. He's getting fucking swagger jacked by Omri. Poor guy. But it should not be. Should not be. We shouldn't shortchange Dak. He, no, I'm not. PVO. Positive vibes only. We're not tearing people down. We're not making fun of people that we don't know. We're not friends with them. Well, that's not entirely true. We're not saying super mean things about people that we don't know. Those things are reserved for your loved ones. um. So yeah, poor Dak. But back to Omri. He's crushing it. Let's wrap it up about Omri. Enough fucking Huck Tua. Um. I fucking love when he does the champagne thing where he jumps off the fucking top ropes and smashes that shit. The boy does know how to celebrate. The guy does know how to win. Proven. God damn, I'm so excited for World Champs. Ooh, speaking of, dude, it's like that was pro level right there. Segue alert. Some people do segments. I do segues because this isn't a fucking podcast. This is a therapy session. Stop listening to this. This is private. This is in between me and my therapist, who is also me. You're not allowed to listen to this. Am I uploading it onto a public platform where anyone can listen to it? Yes. You're not allowed to. Turn it off. Thank you. The World Champs is at Andorra this year. This would be pretty funny if I just completely got this totally wrong, but I'm 95% sure that this is true, that I am not lying to you. But I might be. So, what is the course going to be? If you've been following this for a bit, I took some time off from following it, but the course that I remember it being previously in the past, Andorra has like steep sections, and it's a very like dry climate. It's similar, honestly, to the Rockies, whereas the Alps, I mean, fucking look at the past two races. It's thunderstorms. Like they get rain. I don't know about often, but it's I don't think it's the same as these drier climates like the in the summer, like the like where I am, the Pacific Northwest and the Rockies, or like the Alps, or like these mountains, which I actually don't know what these are called. In the Is it the Pyrenees? I don't know. I'm not even gonna guess. Well, I just did. I'm not even gonna guess. I'm not gonna guess anymore. The So the this I think it tends to be drier. I was watching some Vital Raw from 5 years ago and one from last year, and it looks the same. They're both in super dry. I don't know about race day. I that there's definitely some muddy. There's been some muddy races here, but okay, getting into it, the like it's been like a steep in the woods kind of trail, and I'm realizing now after trying to fucking dissect. Oh, there's that word again. Dissect what makes the trail, like what makes me like a trail. It's the woods. I like it being in the woods. It's mountain biking. I like the woods. Red Bull Rampage, I watch because how can you not? But I'm not as much of a fan of shit that's just kind of out in this deserty, arid climate. It's just not as appealing to me. I've I don't know why. I am not sure why, but I just like the trees, man. Dude, bro. So fuck you. I like what I like, dog, homie. But on top of that, number one, in the trees, that's the good stuff. Don't like the motorway at Leogang. I like the wood section. Wood sections also I feel like tend to be steeper, so that kind of comes with it, I think. I like the steep stuff, which last year at Andorra didn't feel like there was as much steep shit as previously, which is where I was going with my goddamn original point until just took a quick side road and now we're back. um Courses in the previous years I feel like have been in the woods, have been steep. I watched the one from 5 years ago. There's definitely some open sections, some like what like clear cut in like when they take all the trees out, and it but it's like it's a good I don't know. It's like it seems like a healthy portion, but there's it feels like there's more steeper shit like in the woods. So, and in the previous course, like in previous courses in previous years. Last year was very like wide open. There were, turns up top, but it was fucking you were straight lining the shit down. There's some it's cool. It was cool. It definitely was cool. I'm not like complaining. It's a different type of track. The French tracks are so fucking sick. Well, really, like, let's not give it all to the fucking French. Let's the Alps in general, because Leogang was like this when it was like in certain aspects. There's more line choices. It's wider. It's like kind of wide open. It's a true like it feels like there's like the line choice plays a larger role, can make a bigger difference in those races in the Alps than it can in. We'll toss Fort William in there too, because that feels like there's not as much steep shit and it's very single track, not single line, but single tracky. And uh, Andorra feels kind of similar to that. But I like Andorra more because there's like steep stuff as well, usually. But it just felt like there wasn't last year, and that was kind of a bummer. It was neat. It was so fucking high speed that I was like, all right, I again not really complaining, but if I had my druthers, I can remember that word, but not string together something about snacking on something. What the fuck, dude? Get it together. Um, Shit. It was very high speed, super sick. So I was down for it. I was here for it last year. Was not really complaining. Off camber stuff is fun. They dove into the woods and, some tighter turns here and there. But yeah, I want the tape to be like 12 to 15 feet wide at least. That's just, it makes it, that's not true most of the time. I do kind of like bringing it back to a single track. This is mountain biking. Remember, you got these fucking Formula One cars out on their Alps, on their Alpine uh, racetracks where you're cutting turns, cutting corners, and going inside and shit like that. Poland kind of felt like that, kind of single or not like that. It was more single track, and that was pretty cool. I like that. So it's a good twist. It's like you need these because like that that's fucking mountain biking. Like a lot of I feel like most places when you think of mountain biking, you're gonna go single track. Yeah, we got the fucking Brits and the Welsh and their fucking bike park madness they got out there, the amount of jump lines and shit. A line up in Whistler. Yeah, there's wider shit for jump lines and stuff. But most trails that you're gonna see is, single track. I thought Whistler actually did their oh shit, what was the name of that track? Was it 1911? 2011? Something like that. Um but that was like about as that was the widest I've ever seen a trail in up in these parts in the Rockies, like in the Canadian, is it the Canadian Rockies? Like the coastal range, whatever the fuck, Whistler. You get it. Excuse me. So that was pretty interesting. That was really cool to see. I Yeah, I felt like it was all wide, and I feel like a lot of tracks in the Alps are all wide. So it's nice. I wish there would be like this in between of like single. I know there are parts of tracks where it's like single line, but it is kind of Andorra's kind of fun like that where it's like no, this is the only line. Like it's how who can just lay off the brakes more and just flat out lay it down. This is the only, like it is less about like in certain sections. I wish there was more of that. Like maybe that's why I liked Andorra so much because the dryness looks fucking. It doesn't look that. It looks like they're riding in fucking sand. Um, so it's blown out and shit. Not like the most fun thing to watch. Like definitely would rather watch someone ride perfectly like groomed like bike park trails and throw just massive shapes on everything rather than watch someone just try to like make it down this like race this chopped up like berm. But still crazy to watch, some cool shit happening for sure. So it was, god damn it, I fucking lost it again. But it's cool. I'd like to see it an in between of them. Oh yeah, that's why I liked Andorra. Uh yeah, I don't remember where I was going. But it is Andorra is pretty sick. I wonder what their track is going to look like this year. I wonder if it's going to change at all. Last year was the top section was what I was saying before, a lot of turns and shit, but a lot of cool, sick jumps, good pictures, but can get pretty blown out, like and blown over. Like it gets pretty windy up there, so maybe not the best. I just remember seeing like G Atherton back when they were on Commensal in Jesus Christ, was this like in 2011 or something? Back way back when. But they did like a team like suspension testing and shit in Andorra at the like at I think it's Val Nord is the bike park. And I remember seeing old like world champs there and shit. And it was just so steep. I just wish they would bring I hope they change the course a little bit is what I'm trying to say. And bring back some of that steep shit. Felt like there wasn't enough steep shit last year. Or in the woods enough. Come on, give it to me. The single because even in the woods it's like it gets so rutted out. So it's like kind of single line in there. Like yeah, it's taped a little bit wider. You can kind of dive into a rut and out of a rut if you want. But really there's like these main ruts. So it's fun to I think it's fun to every once in a while have like a very like no everyone's riding like line choice isn't as much of a thing in this aspect of and at this race. So I think it's cool. I think it's a good change. I like the course. I like having it there. It doesn't always. I'm trying to find the. We're doing positive vibes only, guys. So I'm finding positives. It is. Yeah, it's a cool race. It's good to have it there after these races in the Alps. Because honestly, I look at races. I'm follow some of the races like the Northwest Cup up here in that kind of travels around like the Northwest. Duh. Um, like some of these tracks are just kind of like, eh. It's like I don't like. Well, it's not that fun to watch just a single track ride. Then you're just watching someone. Like it's fun to see different lines, watch people go in and out, different POV runs. You get to see people's personalities and thought process like more as like as they're riding, like as they get to choose different lines and do different things. Yeah, it's you give someone like a blank canvas and they're gonna do everyone's gonna draw on it differently. So that's like the single track thing, but you know, it's you give people more options and all of a sudden now you're not just getting a painting, you're gonna get a sculpture. You're opening the you're widening the course to have for people to go, oh, I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna go over to that stuff on the right, and someone else is gonna be like, I'm gonna go over to this stuff on the left. So yeah, it's a wider track I think is good, but it is nice to switch it up every once in a while. It'll be interesting to see what Val Nord does with their track this year. World champs, man. That's a I feel like that's like a big thing. Like for somewhere to have. And I don't think they got rad reviews last year. So, hopefully hopefully some good shit comes out of it. Not too many complaints. Well, I guess complain as much as you want. Who gives a shit? But I hope it goes well. I hope it goes well. World champs is fucking big. You don't want like because I thought last year like some of the riders would be like it was fucking packed. Like it was tough to get up. I don't know. Maybe not. So hopefully it's fucking good. Let's do it. It's awesome. Everything is awesome. What is next? We'll stick over. Oh yeah, we'll stick close by geographically speaking and talk about the backyard battle, Paul Couder edition, Paul's compound. He's got some big jumps. This is gonna be fun. I mean, they fucking blew their fuck. Jesus Christ, I gotta stop swearing because this what I'm about to say next is so prim and proper. They blew their load on Sam Hodgson and Veronique Sandler's their first backyard battle thing. Their first set of jumps. That was so fucking cool. Let's revisit that one. What was it? Mushroom Land? Gnome Land. Gnome Land. That was yeah, give me that. Those were that entire concept was like I think they might have just taken mushrooms one night and been like, "All right, let's design this shit." And that's what came of it. All right, we're going to just level this shit out. There's so much fucking dirt in that thing. Like I don't know if I understand how much dirt they'd moved. That's crazy. Everything was so perfect. Because you're not just going to I mean, if you're doing that first go around, like yeah, that is I could see you're not gonna get everything perfect. Like you have to shape shit. So like once you get stuff, like you know what, like yeah, you can pack down like a lot with the with a digger, but and four wheelers and cars, like you can pack it down, but you got to shape everything to the extent that that shit was packed and like what looked like cement surface to pack it to that is it was a work of art. It was a work of fucking art. Like these other ones are pretty sick. They're amazing, but that was like not better than Darkfest, but that was to the standards of Darkfest. They need to. I hope they have the amount of clips that they have from that. They can just put that shit out for years to come, and I hope they do it again next year. Man, because what like you can get Darkfest kind of set the standard, like change maybe one or two things. Not really. Like it's get everything dialed in like 2 or 3 years, then change something like little bits at a time. Man, they can get so much use out of that, and I hope they fucking do. But yeah, okay, Paul Couture. All right, after just going on a fucking tangent again, Paul Couture had a sick backyard battle. I do like. I think I like his. It's probably second. Who was who was I just ripping? Oh yeah, the Russo brothers. Oh man, I just flat FMX motocross, whatever the fuck it's called. Dude, everyone okay, tangent, conscious tangent. A lot of people in the bike world love watching motocross. Like there's a big crossover. I haven't watched it, so I'm not exactly into it. I like I'll watch X Games, like bike BMX stuff before going to moto. But maybe it's because there's like more moto content. I don't know. But just something that I've noticed. Seems like a lot of moto crossover, more than I would have thought. All right, back to yeah, Russo brothers flat. Not as into it. Some people are, so it is what it is. I probably just won't pay as much attention to it. No, not to get as psyched up about it. The fact that Shimon Godziak, which no, focus, focus. Okay, we'll get back to Paul. Nah, fucked it. Tangents are fun. Um, there are two brothers. David Godziak does slope style. Simon Godziak does basically like free ride. Pretty fucking sick combo for brothers. That's awesome. I think they were like BMXers at one point, but and kind of transferred over. But anyways, having Simon's thing from like his Fest series event, that was a good little like morsel. Again, another word. Couldn't think of it before. God damn it. A nice little morsel to have to hold me over to these backyard battle things in between. So that was pretty sick. Stop saying that too. That was really cool. I didn't have that written down, but I do actually want to talk about that because I kind of stole the show. Fest series events they're so sweet. The jumps are massive. I do love the airtime. That would be a good. All right, we'll get no, fuck it. We'll talk about Blue Steel later. But the airtime is big air is not a crime. That's the stuff that I strive for, live for it. The float, baby. Um, that was really cool having it like start in the woods, come out, just an all around really cool track. It was neat. It was like kind of overcast. It seemed like the it was so green. Uh, so I fucking loved that. That's always top of my list. Green shit. Um, Back to the backyard. Paul Cuder's backyard battle. Yeah, it was good. It's good. It's probably second. I'd love to see Thomas Genome do one. Oh no, he can't. He's a Red Bull athlete. I think Simon's a Red Bull athlete too. So I don't know if he'll be able to hold one. If they, I mean, saying that like I know anything about this shit. Why wouldn't they? Like it's more like it's an ad for you is an ad for them. Like every more rising tide lifts all boats type shit. Why not? Um, I gotta. That's my filler. Silence is not bad. Be one with the silence. Shit. I like the drop. I like the drop in. I like how big the jumps are at Paul's place. The fact that it goes kind of traverses down this like steeper hill. They can really get some speed, carry a lot of pace. It's good. It's second on my list. Gnomeland just fucking blew everything out of the water. So it's just kind of like I gotta psych myself up. It's really, really, really fucking sick. It's really awesome to see these events, them putting out content. This is exactly what I want. Feed me all of the content. So thank you to our corporate daddies and our corporate mommies. I don't know which ones would be mommies. Maybe beauty products? That's a little sexist. Just feels right. Sorry, guys. Moving on. The Yes, thanking our corporate mommies and daddies for spending money and providing entertainment so that we can travel farther down the path of Roman extermination, maybe. Might be a little strong, but they're not around anymore. And you know, they were big on entertainment, I think. Um yeah, that's not us though. That's not I'm not trying to entertain right now. That isn't what I'm doing. This is a therapy session. It's not for you. So stop listening. I told you before, and I don't think you listened. All right, they're gone. Jesus Christ. Here we go. What do we got? Moving on from the backyard battle. That was quite the tangent. Sidetrack. I guess fuck it. Let's just talk about trying to hit these jumps. No, it was something cool that I wanted to talk about. I don't think I was done. Oh, yeah, I was making a joke about thanking our corporate sponsors, our corporate overlords for this, for all of the content. What else is going to come out this year? What else is popping off? Forgot about the backyard battle. I hope there's more Fest series. Maybe maybe I'll research that and then we can talk about some of those coming up because I think we're on a bit of a hiatus right now. Oh, I can't believe we got to wait until fucking September, late August, September for another race. Oh, I caught a little bit of Andrew Neeling on the Ride Companion. Davey. His name's Davey. Fuck, I keep forgetting his name. But it's not two Ollies. It's Davey. Ollie and Davey. Um, or Davey and Ollie. They were talking to Andrew Neatling, and I watched a podcast. I watched Andrew Neatling's. I think he has a podcast as well. And I watched it, and I really wasn't a fan. One of the first comments I saw and kind of clicked right in my brain was, "This guy needs to shut the fuck up and let his guest talk," or something like that, something to that extent. So I was, and I kind of thought that as well. But the more that I listen to him, the more I realize that he just has a lot of fucking thoughts, and he it feels like he has very nuanced. I don't know. I don't know if he knows a lot about this topic or if he's just like. I mean, he raced. He was a downhill racer. I do know that. He's retired. I think he still helps in some capacity in the industry other than the podcast. But it's it. I don't know. He seems confident, and it's fun to listen. And I'm kind of down with it because he kind of backs up his thoughts with reasons, and like he's getting something that he was mentioning was like about the actually I think he was just kind of agreeing with most of my thoughts. I just kind of have similar thoughts, so that's definitely what this is. I just like him more because he thinks, oh yeah, that guy thinks the same way as me. I like him. We're gonna be friends. That guy doesn't think the same way. Fuck you, buddy. No, no, fuck you. Fuck you. Coming in here with your different fucking thoughts. Coming in here with your different thoughts. That's no good. See? It can go both ways, you morons. We're not making fun of one person. Everyone's an idiot. That's a thought that stays in your head. That is a thought that stays in your head. Do not put that into public. Because we're not about labels here, guys. Frenchies. I was gonna label the characters and they were gonna be slightly offensive. One, maybe more. Maybe more so than the other. That's a thought that stays in your head. We're all learning. We're all learning. This is therapy. Hey, what are you doing in here? Get out. That was me. That was me saying that to everyone listening to this because this is therapy. It's private. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's been said enough here. So, where the fuck was I? God damn it. I might have to pause and rewind. This is going to be a long thread. I'm going to be searching for a needle in a haystack to find that. God damn it. I didn't have my notes up or anything. I don't even know what topic I was on. Was this all from thanking corporate sponsors? No. Okay, hang on. We're getting there. We're getting there. We got corporate sponsors into more events, talking about talking about more events are good. Oh shit. All right. I gotta pause, gotta rewind, gotta go back. Oh my god. I remembered. Andrew Needling, the ride companion. Something about that. What was it? What was it? He's got a lot of oh yeah, agreeing with me. But either way, he's got a lot of thoughts, and I enjoyed. Hang on, I gotta turn this fucking volume down. Not on the thing, but in my ears. Um, he was where? Yeah, but about what? About shit. What was the original thought about though? Because we were talking about what he had, what he was thinking about, different updates to semifinals and qualifying. But oh yeah, originally what I really liked about what he was saying was that we need more content. Like he wanted like more races, which give me that. I'm in. That would be sick. But there are that's the thing. The riders they tacked so there was before these changes was qualifying, excuse me. Qualifying and finals. Oh my god, I got to drink some water. Hang on, pause. Timeout. Okay, so before there was qualifying and finals, and then with the changes, they added in a qualifying, a semifinals, and then a finals. So, or added in a they had a qualifying, they added in a semis, and then there's the finals as well. So they not doubled, but what 50 increased it by 50%. The amount of races that they did in a year that no one fucking watches. And the racers were just like, yeah, okay. Our pay doesn't go up, but we'll do more races for sure. Like I I I understand it's tough because you want everyone to just do the right thing. Be equal, and when I say do the right thing, let's define that. I mean share equally in the burden and in the I guess profits. So like because we're looking at this from a capitalistic perspective. It's all about money. It's all about power, and money is power. So in essence, it is kind of about money. so like that's why I say profit instead of like I'm trying to think of something because burden, it's not. I'm not just saying expenses. Like I'm saying I'm choosing burden specifically because it is a burden on the riders, like emotionally and physically, whether they crash or not. Like don't even worry about crashing. It's just more work. They are mentally going through this process of preparing to you have to be positive. I believe that you have to be positive in these. You have to like positive manifestation of positive results by having positive thoughts or whatever. It doesn't help to be negative is kind of the idea around it. And I think when you're at and I in my life I want balance. But in these racers' lives, when you're trying to be the best at something, you do not need balance. Like that is not what you want. Like I feel like balance is for someone who is like just washed up, trying to maintain, baby. We're just trying to maintain. This is someone trying to be at their absolute best. So you need to be all in. And that takes a mental toll, that takes a physical toll, everything about it. So when you're adding in 50% more work to the riders and I don't, it's just not, it's not good negotiating. It feels like they got screwed because now it feels like, it feels like the people that run this thing are setting this up to be like, okay, well, semis doesn't get any coverage, so let's do away with that. See, we got rid of semis, but we had, let's say it was 7 World Cups and a world champ. Let's do five races total. So there's qualifying and finals, 10. They just added in another 5 races, so now it's at 15. So the amount of runs, and when I say, sorry, races, I should be more clear. Runs, there's 15 runs now. So, and with no increase or betterment, I think, to the riders. I don't like these riders have like individual contracts. I don't think they are paid. This isn't a fucking. It's not a profit sharing league. Like the UCI doesn't share their profits. So the if the case were we are going to maybe they did maybe the prize money increased. I don't know. I don't think I remember seeing anything about that though. So if the prize money increased significantly by 50% each spot, then I think or maybe 50% more was invested, maybe in lower positions, however you want to go. If capital, if the people that bring only the capital and management to the situation are giving up an equal amount of burden to as the riders are taking on an equal amount of burden as the riders in from a they bring the capital and the management. So their burden is within the capital and management of the races. The rider's burden is emotional, physical, and mental. So I guess mental and emotional are similar. They're not the same. I guess you could define those differently. Emotional being emotions, mental being precision and focus, maybe. So yeah, mental, emotional, and physical. They are taking the 50% increase burden. I mean, to try and quantify it in that aspect. But I don't know. So if the UCI gave up or took on 50% more, increased the prize purse by 50%, invested 50% more capital than they already were in the races, like in some aspect, but I don't think they did, which means it's just kind of you're giving up, it's kind of twofold. One, you're just giving something up and not getting anything in return for people that they bring the capital and the management to the to the party, so they're gonna know they're gonna be focused on the capital and the management at the party. Like it feels like it doesn't feel like it would just be an oversight on their part. It feels like the riders got taken advantage of. And now the second part kind of comes into play, and I hope they will be smart enough to go back years before, but maybe this is going to be years later now that this something like this will happen, and it won't be for maybe like 2, 3, 4 years where it will become the new, quote unquote, the new normal, and people will just accept it and move on. But I hope that isn't forgotten that their workload was increased by 50%. And now I feel like the UCI is going to say, well, to like 3 or 4 years down the line, they're going to be like, look, these semis don't get any eyeballs. It's really just for the fans. We do need qualifying, maybe, but let's look, guys, there's 15 races, so let's do away with these extra 5 here, and we'll add in 2 more stops, and we'll even take away one of those races. Look, we're doing you a favor. Keep that in the check, in the column, in the bank for later, guys, when we come asking you for something. And it just doesn't. It feels like that's kind of what it's being set up for. Or maybe they'll just fucking add more races in and the riders will be like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Maybe they're getting paid enough. Maybe they are getting paid enough. Maybe these contracts, yeah, I'm not a fucking racer. I'm not a sponsored athlete in any way, shape, or form. So I don't know shit. I just yeah. So maybe they're fucking fine. Maybe they don't need my fucking help at all, which is why this has 0 fucking views. That makes sense. I'll just shut the fuck up about this. I don't like seeing people getting taken advantage of. That's all. They're smart riders. They know what they're doing. They're not idiots. I'm just lecturing at this point. I'm just saying it out loud. This is why it's a therapy session. This is why no one's supposed to be listening to this. Because this is just for me, guys. This is just for me. It's not for you. And on that note, I think I'm going to tap out too. Ooh, I'm going to go hit these fucking blue steel jumps. I got to warm up. The cedar dust lines are the black line is a good warm up line. It's not too big. Um so that's good, but the pro line is fucking huge and it has not been touched in a while. Have to it feels dangerous riding without like shaping those up because they are so fucking steep and big. It's insane how big they are. I just watched a video of this kid shout him out to no one, to the void. But it's like trail reviews, maybe. But he's like, he sounds like this really young kid, and he's just like, oh, okay, guys, I'm just gonna give this shot a couple pedals, or not even maybe not even talking about like what he's doing, but like talking about the trail, like giving the review of the trail just as he's like diving in. Then he starts talking about the trail, yeah, but he's just like, yeah, so we just finished this up, okay, like there as he's like saying that, hitting the first jump, which isn't big. It's not big. It's just that it is. You're setting up. He's like, I'm okay, testing it out. This will be the first time maybe through. I've had a chance to hit the first couple ones. So yeah, I guess he's hit the first couple ones. Like, I think he said that a couple times. Maybe not. Either way, the kid's nuts. And it was the amount of time that he's in the air on those is insane. Blue steel, not nearly as steep as I thought. Very similar to the ones in Port Gamble. I almost fucking looped out. I thought I was on a steepness kick from riding those dirt jumps at the Civic Center. They're very steep and super fun. And I've been, just getting comfortable with that. Trail jumps. Actually, the ones on Mohawk are kind of steeper. Like they're not like they are built kind of like pretty steep for how long they are, and they're short. Like the takeoffs are short. Um, so I was kind of on that feeling as well. But these ones, at Blue Steel. The radius is so nice and smooth on the first like hip. So we'll see about the next one. The next one looks straight on. Hopefully, it can follow someone in. But yeah, the first clearing that first one felt pretty good. Like I could maybe, I think you just roll right into it. The next one, so we can give that a try. Give that the old fucking college try, and hopefully make it through the line. Or at least, I mean, even the fucking first one is fun. I'd like to hit that second one, and they were stopping the kids that I was riding with up there last night. They were kind of stopping after the second bigger one because it was like they just didn't want to walk all the way back up. So I don't. Yeah, see how I'm fucking feeling. Maybe go for a trail ride. Get these fucking gams loaded up. Try to get some nutrients in this. Cook up some of my fucking food. All right, I'm out of here. That's it. So getting excited. I'm just fucking rambling. Bye.